Continuing with abnormal power plant conditions, let's start with low engine oil pressure. In flight, if an engine's oil pressure moves out of the normal green arc into the lower yellow band, reduce power by retarding its power lever to flight idle, and move its condition lever to start and feather to reduce drag. But if the pressure drops below 44 psi and the engine oil pressure warning light comes on, shut down the engine according to abnormal and emergency checklists. If you see a FADEC caution, it could be failure of one channel, or it could be more serious. Use only slow and smooth movement of the power levers. If torque is not even, then you may need to operate the levers asymmetrically. Do not go below disk on landing. The FADEC could give more problems. For example, overspeed governing in reverse may be inoperative. However, if you see the more serious FADEC warning, then shut down the affected engine if the FADEC has not already shut it down. Problems with the propeller electronic control system will trigger a PEC caution light. Don't retard the power levers below flight idle on landing, since you may not be able to control blade angle. So you need to increase landing distance. In the amber region, just before the red radial, you have a prop overspeed caused by a problem of the propeller control unit. At 1070 RPM, the overspeed governor should limit the propeller speed. Failing this, at approximately 1122 RPM, the FADEC should reduce fuel flow, controlling engine power and therefore prop speed. Retard the power lever on the affected engine towards flight idle to reduce propeller RPM and reduce airspeed. If you cannot control prop speed, set the condition lever on engine number 2 to start and feather. If the prop feathers, shut down the engine. But if the prop refuses to feather, try the alternate feather system. If the prop still does not feather, maintain minimum airspeed and altitude, but do not shut down the engine. This could lead to windmilling, and you need to keep the engine and propeller reduction gearbox bearings lubricated. Land as soon as possible. Unscheduled prop feathering may be indicated by high engine torque. This could be a PCU, PEC, or FADEC failure. Reduce power on the affected engine to flight idle, but if the condition persists, there is no alternative but to shut down the engine according to checklist. If a prop ground range light starts to cycle on and off during an approach with reduced power, this probably indicates a failure in the beta valve in the PCU. Advance the power levers above flight idle, avoiding positions that trigger the lights. Don't retard the power levers below flight idle on landing. Make sure you increase your landing distance. Finally, engine display failures. If you get a complete failure, it is automatically redisplayed on MFD1. You should switch the engine display off, then select MFD1 to the ENG position. Touch the MFD1 selector. But if MFD1 was already displaying a primary flight display, then this automatic reversion does not work. In this case, you can select the normal engine display format on MFD2. Alternatively, you can select the SYS position on an MFD and press the ENG SYS push button. In this case, you get the reduced format display. No dials, but with the same color changes and message advisories. If you have a normal engine display, but you see the Check ED advisory, select the engine display format on MFD1 but don't turn off the engine display. Treat MFD1 as your main engine display.